Have I cracked the code of what Tears of the Kingdom actually stands for? Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan. This is Zelda Ate My Lunch. Today I wanted to talk about this. It's because actually I played another Zelda that I haven't played in a long time, and I got to thinking, what if this is actually what this game is about? So I'm actually going to hop into the computer. I'm going to show you a couple of, at least one article. And I'm actually going to, while I talk, I'm going to have the 10-minute 10-minute reveal or whatever it was that came out last week going in the background. And I want to react to that because I actually didn't get to see it yet. So here we go. All right, so here we are on the computer. Yeah, I wanted to watch this 10-minute Aonuma. And then I've got another trailer that I wanted to watch. I've been playing, I finally finished one of the Zeldas. I actually think that Tears of the Kingdom is a sequel or kind of a remake plus a sequel of one of the older, a couple years ago, actually quite a few years ago now, Zeldas, just because of hardware limitations that they had at the time. And so I wanted to watch this. Let's get started. I'm going to say, my thoughts while it's going on.
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. First, I have some news. Development on the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now complete. Thank you very much for waiting. Many of you...
I imagine they used a lot of the assets from Breath of the Wild. Why not? They already made them.
Looking forward to this game. And we've released a few trailers so far. Although it'll just be a brief glimpse, I'm going to actually play the game.
I'm surprised it didn't use the Pro Controller that they're going to be announcing at the end of this video that I'm sure everybody's seen by this point.
Game for you all today and show you what it's like. Okay, let's begin. Here we are in the land of Hyrule.
Yeah, I mean, this looks so similar to Breath of the Wild.
Like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a vast world to explore. Of course, it's not just the same world as is. It's changed in many ways.
Let me know down in the comments section, if you played Breath of the Wild, did you find like all 900 of those little things? I can't even remember what it was now. I have this thing where if I beat a game, I rarely ever play it again. So the DLC that came out for Breath of the Wild, I did play the first one and I did beat that tower thing. But by the time the motorcycle came out, I had checked out so much with the game that I forced myself to go play the game again just to play that, use that motorcycle, but it was just too late.
Anyways, if we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself when the game launches. In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky. You'll notice some landmasses floating up there. We call them Sky Islands. You're probably wondering something.
My theory is making a lot of sense since watching these. I'm going to talk about that, after this.
How do you get to the
I
Sky
might not
Island
even watch this whole thing
when they're so high up. If we take a look, oh, something's falling from the sky. Do you see it? I wonder what that is.
The meteor.
Let's head over to it. We're almost at the spot where the object fell. Here it is. Okay, let's use one of Link's new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell... Look, it started rising. This power is known as recall, which rewinds an object's movement.
That is awesome, because some of the stuff in Breath of the Wild where you had to pound the objects, that didn't always go very splendidly. And then half the time you'd have a weapon break in the middle of it. It was kind of, for me, it was the most unfavorite mechanic in the game.
Since I just used recall on the fallen rock, I can now rise into the sky. We're a lot closer to the Sky Islands. Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them. There are a few other Sky Islands floating here too. I made it. There are lots of ways to reach the Sky Islands, so we hope you'll try
The dragons are back too. See that?
a few different methods. Okay, now we're on a slightly bigger Sky Island. Just like on the surface, there are several man-made structures. Some
It's almost starting to remind me of that other game, the Xenoblade. I didn't play number 3. I played 2. I didn't finish it. I sold it, unfortunately. Let me know down in the comment section if Xenoblade 2 or 3 is really worth playing.
trees are also growing here. You won't see many of those yellow trees on the surface, though. Let's walk around for a
I hear people really like 3.
bit. There's a branch on the ground. When you find something like this, you should pick it up. It might come in handy later. Let's continue.
He definitely has like more of a caveman type, like earliest version of Link look to him.
Oh, something's there.
I feel like he just got done at Woodstock or something like that, back in the original one.
This is a brand new enemy called a construct. We'll fight it using the branch we just picked up. Ah, the branch broke. Not good, not good. Quick, get another branch and we defeated it. Moving on. We've now explored more of this Sky Island. As expected, fighting with just a branch won't get
Like I said in my previous video, I really hope this looks good in 4K. I mean, I know it doesn't broadcast in 4K, but at least it looks all right on the screen.
us very far. Also, this branch is almost broken. So here's another one of Link's new abilities. If we use this branch and the rock over here and do this, look, we can stick them together. We created a makeshift hammer. This is called fuse.
That's pretty sweet.
You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects.
Like the Manhattan Project.
Let's take on another construct with this fused weapon. We're dealing with 2 of them at once. Oh, we beat one. The weapon's attack has definitely improved. The other branch broke, but this weapon has much better durability.
It also has a Horizon. I haven't played West, but a Horizon Zero Dawn, I think it's called. It kind of has that feel to it.
You can do all sorts of things by experimenting with the fuse ability. You can fuse 2 weapons, for example. If we take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork, we can create a weapon with a much longer attack range.
Jeez.
With this, we don't have to get too close to enemies, and we can safely attack from a distance. You can also fuse arrows with materials in your inventory.
I mean, this alone is going to keep people busy for like hours and hours and hours.
For instance, try fusing this leaf to an arrow. Fuse an ice elemental material to an arrow and you can freeze faraway enemies. Very useful. In addition, let's see. Ah, there's a bird flying around. If you're out hunting, you might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult. Apparently, my eyes can't track fast-moving objects as of late, so my shots rarely land. So, at times like these, here's an eyeball you can get by defeating monsters. Fuse it to an arrow and... look, it homed in on the target. Let's try this on another bird. I'll just fire in that general direction. It's very simple. Depending on what you stick together, the fuse ability could also be beneficial
Pretty sweet, man.
for hunting.
Anyway, I think I'm actually going to move on to my I didn't realize what this video was. This video is sweet, but not what I thought it was. So lately I've been playing Skyward Sword HD on the Switch, and I'm starting to really think after playing that game, I'm gonna bring up the trailer here of Skyward Sword. After having played this game, I played it originally. I actually got it day one back in 2011, I think it came out, 2011, something like that. And I played it day one. I really liked the game. I liked the way it looked. I liked the art behind it. I liked a lot of the stuff, but the mechanics of the Wiimote and the nunchuck, what was it called, was so annoying to me that it was the first Zelda that I owned that I didn't beat, other than the Phantom. Wasn't there 2 Phantoms for DS? I just could not get into the second one at all. As I've been playing this, one of the things that you have to do is you have to go into these, what do they call them, like realms, right? And you get this tiers, 15 tiers that you have to find, and Tears of the Kingdom, tiers of this little branch that you have to have. So one of the things that they said back in 2021, I did have the article. I forgot to bring it up. Let me go bring it up. I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. So here, the title of this is Nintendo says there's a reason it's keeping Breath of the Wild 2's name a secret. And it goes in this article to tell that the title might give it away. And the more I think about this, the more I'm like, man, it really makes a lot of sense. And after you've beat the game, which I finally did last night, and why I'm making this video, it talks about there's going to be the demise is what it was called. It's going to come back. And let's watch a little bit of this. Speaking of Twilight Princess, man, I really wish they would bring that back to the Switch. That would be my 3rd or 4th time buying that game. That game is so good. Here's the demise. And it kind of has that feeling that they give you in some of these trailers on Tears of the Kingdom. And here we are in the skies. And if you look at this right here, this island is the exact same shape as the island in the other trailer. This shape right here is from Tears of the Kingdom. This shape right here is from Skyward Sword. They are the exact same shape. So is this like a fallen world? Like everything was great? Because they really don't. When you play Skyward Sword, there's like nobody actually knows what's going on underneath the ground. Like nobody knows what Link is even doing. There's no real celebration with the people at the end of the game. I know this is spoilers, but the game's like, 12 years old. So if you haven't played it by now, I don't know what to tell you. And they're the exact same shape. And if you look at the version of Tears of the Kingdom, this island right here, it looks barren. And it looks like this is either before the island was populated and they had to leave, or it was after, and it was the aftermath of this island. And, everybody had to leave the island and go down, or everybody, demised, right? Demise came back and he did his thing. It's hard to tell. And they have definitely been really good at not making reference to any of this stuff, but I genuinely think that this is a thing. So I don't know if they're going to show these tiers. They probably don't show the realms in this. But here he is falling off this island. A lot of these islands in the thing look the exact same as the islands they're showing here. But there was so much limitation on the Wii. This might be a remake of Skyward Sword that they really wanted to make originally, but they just couldn't because the Wii just wasn't strong. But thank God, those controls are gone. That's what ruined the game. That's why I never beat the game. I finally beat the game last night. But even so, the controls make that last boss fight so difficult. The last phase of him, it makes it so difficult. That I said last night, I had 4 containers of the red stuff going in, like the 8 heart, whatever, the red potion going in. I was down to 3 hearts. I said, if I don't do it here, I'm just gonna watch a version of, or like the video of this ending, and that's just gonna be it. I'm not doing this again. But luckily, 3 hearts left, and I finally beat the game. But there's just too many parallels here. Have they shown? They haven't shown the Master Sword. If they showed the Master Sword, I guarantee it'd be the same one as this. But I don't know for sure, you know. Yeah, I was hoping they were going to show the spirit realms or whatever. They don't seem to be doing it. I don't want to give away too many. I guess I did give away the ending, but I don't want to give away too much just in case you've seen this and haven't played Skyward Sword. If you have not played Skyward Sword, I say it's definitely worth playing. Definitely do it with the Joy-Cons, but definitely know that even though they did really improve the mechanics of the game, it's still not good, not great. All right, that's it. That's my theory anyway. I think it's kind of like Breath of the Wild to me really felt like a remake of the original Zelda #1. The original #1 Zelda. Because in that game, you could go to any dungeon, you could do anything. It was a very hard game. It was a very hard game. But you could go to any dungeon. There was no limitations. It wasn't linear at all. Comparatively to most of the Zeldas after that. And it was very similar to Breath of the Wild. Anyway, that is my thoughts on this, and I'm going to send you out. Anyway, here you have it. That is my predictions to this. It makes a lot of sense that they would kind of relive Skyward Sword because there was so many issues with Skyward Sword, like I've mentioned in the video. The motion controls, like I have almost thrown my Joy-Cons through the wall. Like it drives me nuts, especially when you're like trying to do the stab motion. It doesn't pick it up. So anyway, and the huge limitations that they have with the Wii hardware. So it makes sense that they would want to relive that. It's kind of like, in my mind, I don't know if I mentioned it in this video because I'm shooting this beforehand, but Breath of the Wild really, to me, seemed like it was a revision of the original Zelda game. Because in the original Zelda game, you had no limitations. If you could get to it, you could get to it. You know, there was no, you gotta do the dungeons in this order. Everything has to be done in this huge, crazy, linear fashion. The original Zelda, with all of its limitations, actually was kind of open world for its day. So, Breath of the Wild really reminded me of that original game, and I think the Tears of the Kingdom is really just going to be a where they actually wanted to be with Skyward Sword. Anyway, if you liked the video, like, subscribe, share the video, comments, questions down below, and I'll talk to you in the next one.